record on this computer. Here we go. I'm getting really fancy and I'm figuring out how to record things on Zoom. I feel very special. Okay, so we wanted to do this Zoom because our team, I know Kalila and I both, our teams have exploded in the last month. Like, we've had so many new people joining, and it's really exciting because we're watching you guys hit the ground running, and like, I'm learning from you. So we wanted everybody to share kind of what they're doing, even if it's nothing fancy whatsoever. I want to know what you're doing because we want to share with each other. That's one of the things that really draws people to our company, is that we work together as a team and like we help each other so much. And the fact that like most of us are sisters too, like it just all really, it all helps to attract everybody to our team. So we're going to ask 4 people who have just joined in the last couple of months, kind of, and everybody's like at a different place, which is really fun. Everyone has a different strength, so we're gonna like focus on those different strengths. So even if you don't feel like what you're doing is anything special, just know someone probably is watching you and trying to learn from what you're doing, because you're doing something in a way that they wouldn't, so they're learning. So that's the really fun thing about this team and meeting everybody. Okay. So we're going to start. I'm going to interview Rainey and Alex, and then Kalila is going to interview Rachel and Abby. So I'm going to start with Rainey. I'm going to pick on her first. Oh, I should unmute you. Hang on. Let me unmute you. Here we go. Okay.
You said not to worry, so.
Yeah, don't worry. You're good. Just breathe. So I'm asking Rainey to interview because, okay, so I've done this business for 18 months and I've literally never had anybody blow my mind when they started like she did. So I want to be Rainey when I grow up. So can you tell everybody like how long you've been in the business, and like kind of how your first couple of like 3 days in the business, what that looked like for you, what happened, what you did?
So I started April 13th. It marked
3 weeks, right?
like 2 years of me not working. Yeah, so we just finished up 3 weeks. Yeah, so next Monday will be a full 4 weeks. The first 3 days were crazy. The first week and a half was crazy. I think I blew up Monica's phone more than, I mean, I couldn't even imagine what it felt like being Monica with me at 3 days in. What was surprising is for me, I wasn't really planning on having a DT as soon as I got one. If you were to ask me like, oh, when do you want a distributor underneath you? I would have been like, oh, maybe 3 to 6 months. Well, like less than 48 hours, I got my first DT. And I felt like I was the blind leading the blind. Thank you, Alex, for patiently putting up with me. Yeah, so I got my first DT, I think a day and a half later after I signed. And then it was full on trying to learn it myself, and then learning how to be a good upline, a good trainer.
So how did you get Alex as your distributor?
I did a host to post. You helped me put together some host to posts, and you did one that was about the opportunity. And I don't know why, if I wasn't looking for a DT, I don't know why I sent it out and somebody posted it for me, but that happened. And yeah, she saw that, and then she texted me, and the rest is history. Right. So host to posts are amazing.
And you were on a work Zoom when you sent that out, right? Like learning how to do, I think you were.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So we've been doing work Zooms specifically geared toward people newer in the business, and we teach you exactly how to do different steps. So that's pretty cool that you took advantage of that. You blew up my phone, which is amazing. Like, we always like that. You asked questions. Have you watched like the videos on the training Instagram and things like that? Like, have you utilized different aspects of training?
I think for my first week, I know we had a conversation to where I was like, did your brain hurt as much as when you first started as mine hurts right now? Because I literally was like watching the Rising Diamond page, and then I was going on the Connect app and watching the videos there. And then any single time that I got a notification that we had a training Zoom, even if it was a work Zoom and I really didn't still know what I was doing and what the technical terms of stuff was, I would just go on there anyways. And you would be like, okay, for the next 10 minutes, we're going to be doing this. And I'm like, okay, I guess we're doing this. So the working Zooms and the trainings have been, for me, it's been a huge boost of confidence knowing that it works for other girls and then having that support too. So I can't express enough how much those work Zooms, as many as you guys can possibly get on, and make yourself available to watch those and to work through those and to ask questions. Like that's what we're all here for, especially my girls, Hillary and Alex. Both of you guys are on here. That's awesome. Yeah, just take advantage of all the information that's out there, and that will equal success.
Yeah, and clearly, I mean, you're doing something right. In 3 weeks, you've gotten 2 distributors, you've got your shopping spree. So you're doing the things. Is there anything particular that you feel like you're doing, like as far as loyal customers? Because I know you've gotten strangers and people you know. So is there like one little tip that you have, or are you just doing the things?
I would have to say, like, I have pushed myself to ask for host to post from people that I've never met. And that's kind of what has gotten me some traction in customers being open. I remember there was one girl that was interested and she didn't want to give me her payment information. So I was like, here's my website, go on there. Well, it turns out she wanted to get a whole bunch of different things than we were even talking about. And so then she called me, she's like, how do I check out? And I'm like, this is how you check out, yada, 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 all this stuff. And I was literally on the phone with her for 2.5 hours at like 1 o'clock in the morning, because we were talking about like the business and how it was such a huge blessing and how it's really helped me, and I could stand behind the products and stuff like that. So it's just doing the stuff that is suggested. Like really 100% of it is coachable. Like we all come in at the same time where we start. You know, we all start from ground zero and then we build. And the more suggestions that are given out and you take them, even if it's past your comfort zone, because I've been out of my comfort zone so many times in the past 3 weeks, it's not even funny. Like I've been uncomfortable for the whole time pretty much. So the more you're uncomfortable, the more you gain confidence, and the more you could really put those suggestions to work.
And I know you said yesterday that your confidence in the last few weeks has like skyrocketed. So that's a really cool perk to this business as well, knowing like when you do the things, it will work. Yeah. Well, thank you, Rainey. Perfect. She's gonna be our new Ruby, guys. It's happening. It's close. All right. So next is Alex, who just happens to have been the one that scared Rainey 2 days after she started.
Hello.
You want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
So I currently, this is my like only job between this and like selling online. So once I seen Rainey's post, I was like, hey, you know, I'm kind of interested in that because I need some extra money. I'm not working. I currently actually can't do a lot of physical work. In my last job, I did have an injury and it left me temporarily disabled while I'm trying to figure out my back situation. So when you're not working and you find something that fits into what you can do, such as working from your phone, I was like, hold up, let me contact Rainey real quick. I had heard of ItWorks before, but just things got in the way. I was interested in it. I was working full time. So to me, I was like, oh, not right now. But I started thinking about it. And then when I seen Rainey's post, I was like, I need to contact her like now. I literally
That's
switched
awesome.
screens, texted her, and was like, hey, I'm interested.
That's really cool though, because like that shows that even someone who said no at first, like I know Saray, who is going triple really soon, like she said no a bunch of times and she didn't want to join the business, and she like dragged Tara out when it came to joining. So you never know when a change, all of a sudden she was going to be a stay-at-home mom and she decided to join the business. So you really never know when someone's going to decide that their life circumstances have changed and now it's right for them. So I love that. Can you tell us a little bit?
I like to bring, go ahead.
No, go for it.
Oh, okay. I wanted to bring out that now that I have started, I'm telling myself, I wish I would have started back then. Because when someone tells you work from your phone, you don't really realize that it is in your own schedule. It is when you're able to. It is those 5-10 minutes of spare time while you're watching a TV show. So I wish I would have joined back then. It would have fit in still.
So I love that you earned your shopping spree in what, like a week or something crazy like that. And you immediately went online and you got your products. Can you tell us a little bit about your thought process of immediately getting started with the products and like what you've done with that? I think you're frozen.
Immediately I was like, okay, if I'm going to start these products I've heard so much amazing things about and I'm going to start selling them, I should try using them. I want to lose some weight. That's what I want to do. So I immediately was like ordering like crazy. So I got all the different items that I thought would benefit me, that I've heard amazing things about, and they have not failed.
Yeah, you got a before and after already,
since
right?
I started. Yes, yeah, I do. So I have been using them since pretty much the day they came in, after shipping, so like a weekend, and it's been amazing.
That's awesome. So you can be a product of the product, you can stand by the products, people will see your results from taking them, so it's going to make your business skyrocket when they see that this is something that works for you and you can stand by it. I love that.
Yeah.
Perfect. Is there anything that you would say to anyone who is just starting, or even if they've been in the business for a while and they're like scared of doing the things, like taking advantage of the things that we're teaching? Any guidance you would give them?
I would say, honestly, just do it. I mean, as Rainey brought out, some things are out of our comfort zone. Some things we have never done before or we feel weird doing. But this is stuff that has proven to work. It has proven to make you successful in your own business. And if you want to get to where you're going, then you're going to put in that effort. And even if it's hard at first, but little steps at a time.
I love that. Thank you, Alex, so much. That's awesome. I cannot wait to see. Like, I know you've had PBTs like crazy, so I can't wait to see what's going to happen this month. So exciting. Thank you. Okay, so those are my girls. So we're going to turn it over to Kalila because she's going to, I'll unmute you. Maybe I won't. She's going to interview two of her girls and tell us a little bit about them.
I love this so much. Oh my gosh. I love it because these are people, you guys have just started and you're already talking about how you're going out of your comfort zone, jumping on the working Zooms. Like, it just makes me so happy because I know it's not easy when you first start. Like, I remember those feelings, like you're going to throw up when you go live, doing your first video and sharing it. So I'm just like, I'm so happy for everybody. So excited for all of you. Okay, let's start with Rachel. Beautiful Rachel. Let me see if I'm allowed to unmute you. Maybe not. There you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
So Rachel started in February, the end of February. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Okay.
February 28th.
All right, perfect. And like, what did the month of March look look like for you? How did you get started with like
Crazy.
getting your first customers?
Crazy, crazy, crazy. So I'm a mom and I work the night shift full time, but I'm always up on the Zooms. Like for March, I was always on the 6 a.m. Zoom, 8 a.m. Zoom. So I took I took advantage of that. And that's how I got the idea to message people a lot, to host a post, to just reach out to people. And that's how I got my first DT like 10 days later, I think, 10 days after I joined.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I can vouch for that. I would pop on for us, it's 5 a.m. Zoom, and there's Rochelle right there. And she'd be so tired, but she's like, I'm here, like every morning. I loved it. It was great. And so you already have, of course, you went Ruby last month. So almost exactly at your 2-month mark in your business, which is huge. So you mentioned that you started messaging for distributors. What have you found to help you the most with getting distributors?
I just follow a simple, I'm sorry, I have my son here, so if you hear in the background. I just follow the simple like template. I just message and say like, hey, I started my own business. This business is great. You can earn money right from your phone. You can be at home with your kids, like a simple message. And then people will be like, oh, tell me more. And I'll be like, I'm so excited to tell you more. Look, I have these 2 videos that are like that answers a lot of questions. And I just send them Tara's and Cammy's videos. And then once they're done with that, I'll be like, hey, as soon as you're done watching these, just let me know. I can get you on the phone with my upline. They'll answer all your questions. So people will feel comfortable. They get someone to answer their questions and, tell them more about it so they can feel comfortable and know exactly what they're getting themselves into. And they'd be like, yeah, sure. And then I schedule the call and then boom, that's it.
You make it sound so easy. I love it. I love that you keep it so simple. So you're just sending them a message. I'm sure your enthusiasm just like burst through. They can see that you're excited about this. And then letting those videos answer the questions and then getting them on a phone call with one of the leaders. I love that. That's great. So one thing that I really appreciate that's been super noteworthy with your team, Rachel, is they are starting to sign customers right away. Is there anything in particular you think with your training that has helped with that?
I do a lot of host a post and I try to, I started this week get on a like work Zoom with my girls only. I do one-on-one or I do like all of them together and I just do a work Zoom. We just sit and we just go through the daily task. We message, we unfollow, and then like if they are ready to, if they are having a conversation with someone, I usually get them on a group chat with myself or with either you or with Brianna. So we can just walk them, since we are all still fairly new, and we can just walk them to the conversation, basically have a conversation also with them. So as soon as they're ready to reach out to their warm list, I get them on a group chat with myself and Brianna or you, and we'll just go to the conversation with them and suggest, such and such is interested in weight loss. Okay, tell them, are you a coffee drinker or are you a tea drinker? Like, we just walk them to the conversation.
I love that because the work Zooms, I know when you first start, it can be overwhelming learning while you're working. But like Tara said the other day, is taking action right away while you're learning, even if it's not perfect. You'll see the results and you'll feel more comfortable with our daily tasks. And those are income producing tasks. Those 6 or 7 things that we do every day, you're going to see your business grow. So I love that. Thank you so much, Rachel. One second. I'm going to get Ruth some blueberries before we switch over. 1 second. Okay, here you go. You're gonna go outside with Evelyn. You go outside. Okay.
Does anybody have a question for any of the girls while we're waiting? You feel free to unmute yourself if you do. Oh, she's back. Never mind.
Sorry, mom life. This is what it is.
I'll unmute Abby.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful Abby.
Hello.
There we go. Abby started March 31st. So you are a little over a month and a half into your business. And you hit the ground running as well, right from the start. You're almost charted for Emerald. Do you mind just telling us how you got started, like in your first few days? What were things that you started doing right away to get customers?
What I did was basically try to soak in everything I could. So I was in the Zooms, I was watching the videos, I was doing all of that, and I tried to share with everybody I could as soon as possible, which sometimes I don't know if it was the best thing to do, because then I would check with you and it would be like, oh, we could do this or we could do that, or so I learned that. But yeah, just sharing with everyone really. And I don't know, it's like I needed to know because I never was really interested into natural products and things like that, not like in selling, not like in losing weight and stuff. So I needed to know who likes these things, who of my friends like these things, because I don't know. So I was just asking everyone and ask if they could spread the word that I was starting this, so I could stay home, hopefully, and all of that. So, yeah.
I love that. I love it because it's that ignorance on fire. Like you're excited, you were ready to start, and you just started talking to everybody, which is what we recommend doing, is have all those conversations.
The thing is, we talked the first time in the summer. The first time I saw your post, it was in the summer. And I was like, oh, no, Khalila, I can't do this. I can't do those videos. I love it, but I don't think I can put myself out there, blah, blah, blah. But then, yeah, then things change. I had my baby and I saw the post again and I was like, come on, Abigail. So I just had to go for it. And I knew I didn't want to get cold feet. I didn't want to let my mind giving me excuses and be negative and all that thing. And I was like, no, it can be done. You just have to start. So, and I thought, if I'm doing this, I'm doing it with everything I've got. And that's where we are.
Love that. Yes, we had a conversation last June, I believe it was, or maybe earlier in 2019. I can't remember. But yeah, so here you are with us, and I'm so happy you decided to say yes and face your fears, because that's not easy.
And my
go ahead.
No, that my first loyal customer came from putting it on my status on WhatsApp, which I don't know, it was like more like my friends and things like that. And that's how the first sister was like, I want 2 boxes, because I received my starting pack.
Mm-hmm.
I was so happy. I put it there, and then she was asking me about it. And yeah, because I didn't really think about WhatsApp that much. And then another friend, I asked her to do a host to post the other day, and she told me, I can put it on WhatsApp if you want. And I'm like, yeah, why not? So, I don't know, another way.
I love that. Yeah, doing the host to post, it definitely helps. They're amazing. They will blow up your business. And then, so you are almost charted for Emerald. You're definitely charted for Ruby. How did you get your first few distributors?
So my first distributor was my sister-in-law. And I thought about a lot of people I know they could really enjoy doing this, but most of them are in countries that it works is now in. But I just thought it would be great. It was in one of these Zooms that were like, if you're starting, actually, if you find someone to do this together, it would be so good and it would help so much. So I talked with her about it, and yeah, and she had loads of questions, and she wanted to know so many things. We talked with you so much. She would ask me things, and I'm like, I don't know, I just jumped in. I just wanted to do it. I don't know all the details. So she made me find out everything together with you. Yeah, it was great. And yeah, she was the first to jump in. And then I put another, I think it was on WhatsApp again. I put it to my friends to see who would like an opportunity like that, who could use a bit of extra money from the phone. And then Erica came along, and it was really great. I was so happy. Yes. And then Luisa, who you know already. So it's really great. I'm loving it. It's a big difference between starting on your own and starting with a group of friends.
And it's so true. I know get down, Kristen. Thank you. This is real life mom life over here. And I love what you said. Personally, when I started, I fought with feeling like I needed to know everything first. And you'll be stuck there for a long time if you try and do that. But you told them, I don't know everything. I don't know. I just know it's amazing, and I joined it, and you need to do it with me.
I didn't have the time. There's so much, and it's not a complaint, obviously. It's a good thing. There's so much help that I thought I can't spend my time looking through all of these before I start. I need to start. So I need to prioritize. What do I need first? I need followers. I need an audience. Then I need to learn how to advertise the product. Then I start to do videos. And while I was doing all of that, spread the word to everybody I knew with the warm list. And now I'm starting with the messaging, which for me was a bit, so now I'm starting with messaging and host to post and all of that. So yeah, let's see where it goes. But I had my ups and downs like everyone has, and it's really nice that you can relate to other people's experiences. But I still feel like, come on, let's do this. Just do everything you can. Just do the best you can, and be also, how do you say, gracious to yourself, or like cut yourself a bit of slack. You're like, you can't do everything perfect, everything at once. But if you're doing it, then do everything you can. And it's not our team is we are all in different countries, the different products, different things than you guys, and also to each other, and even different language. But it's pretty amazing how we are not. It's so easy to give yourself excuses, like, oh, we don't have these products, oh, we don't have that, and obviously we talk about it, but we don't let it stop us. We don't want excuses. It's so easy to find reasons to stop or slow down. But what we do is, okay, this is the situation. How can we work with it? How can we go around it? How we can make it better? How are we going to make it work?
I love that. Yes, that's so true. So true. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you, Abby, for telling your personal story.
Thank you. We couldn't do it without you, and with you girls. Without you, it would be like, no. It's amazing that you can have all this support when you're starting. That was one of the things I thought, if I have to do this on my own, it would be like, no, I would just be swallowed up by the not knowing and the, but just to have all the support and all the training, it's incredible.
I like one of the things you said, because it reflects what Tara said on Monday night. Tara said, do not wait until you learn everything to start working, because if you do that, then you're never going to start working. So she said exactly what you said. Just start doing, learn as you go, and ask for help.
And use your upline. Like, I think Rainey said she was blowing up Monica's phone. Like, we really want you to do that. Even if it might be not an ideal time, and maybe I don't respond right away, or Monica doesn't respond right away, someone is always available, and we really do want you to ask us. Like, keep asking questions, because we want you to learn, and we don't know We can't read your mind. I wish we could.
Right. What's kind of fun too is like watching the questions get less and less and less because you've already asked so many things. You learned so much faster because you actually asked for help. Like you start like, I don't know if Kalila finds this too, but certain people, like they explode your phone at first. And then every day it's a little bit less because you're learning more and you're doing more. And then, I mean, you still obviously have open communication and ask questions, but the faster you do it and the more questions you ask in the beginning, the easier it's going to be for you down the road. So, and like she said, like if I don't want to answer your message at that moment, I'm not going to look at my phone. So don't ever feel like you're being annoying because I'll just be like, oh, I can't do that right now. I'm doing this, you know? So yeah, don't ever feel like you're being
love
annoying.
screenshots too of conversations.
Mhm.
And that takes
Yeah.
that takes the pressure off of you right away. It's like they're just having a conversation with us. And that way we can help you learn how to have those conversations and learn the products as well. So,
and there's so many sales going on right now. So if you're confused about them, ask us, like, because we can help you. It would be, I can't even imagine having all these different deals going on when I was first starting. There's no way, my head would hurt. So if you're confused about little details of things, just ask. It doesn't hurt to ask. Don't feel dumb because we're still figuring out how this is all working too. So does anybody have any questions or anything like that before we go? Is everybody oh, Erica does. Okay, let me unmute you. Here you go. We can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I had a question about the website, which is in Spanish here. If you put